Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Ashley Bell, and I am excited to be here tonight with you. Um, we are going to get started. I'm just going to give you guys a quick introduction. We're going. Okay. So my name is Ashley Bell. A lot of you may have found me on Oils for Every Family with Ashley and Joe Bell, or I may have met you in person. I love the Wisconsin area. I've been out there to visit twice, I think, and wonderful people, and I'm excited to be able to share oils with all of you out in Wisconsin, or wherever you're at. That's a great thing about doing it over Zoom, is we can reach more people that are farther away. So I'm glad you guys all got on here tonight. So my name is Ashley. I've been using oils for about 8 years now, and we love them. We started using them when my oldest was about 6 months old, and she was born very premature, and we were told that she would have a lot of respiratory issues because of her prematurity, and we just lathered her up in a lot of oils and helped support her so she wouldn't get RSV and colds and flus and asthma and allergies and all the things that that they said she had. We were able to support her immune system, and so she didn't get sick as a baby, which would have been, I guess, more serious had she been gotten sick with her being so little. So anyway, we're very thankful to have the oils. We used them for about 2 years. Absolutely loved them, and then we finally got to a point where my husband and I were just like, we need to share these with everyone we know. And so I started teaching classes, and I love to teach other families and other parents and other moms on how to take care of themselves and their families. I think it's great to have natural alternatives, something that is safe and pure and not going to have side effects and that work. So it's great I love that I have them in my home, and things that come up we're able to take care of. So I'm going to teach you guys what oils are, 3 different ways on how to use them, and then we're going to run through my list of oils here and teach you guys how to use them and how you can use them in your home. So if you have oils, some of you maybe have just started using oils, or you've maybe gotten a few samples, or you've bought a few here and there. If you want, feel free to grab them, and you can kind of put them on and get the experience of a class over Zoom if you'd like. So we are going to get started. So oils come from all over the world. They come from plants, and the plants have to be grown in their indigenous place where they came from to have the best compounds and the best medicinal properties, and to get the good potency of the oils. So my favorite oil to start out with is wild orange. And if you have orange or a citrus, you can smell it and put a drop on your hand and just rub your hands together. Breathe it in and smell it. And I like to kind of wipe it on my neck and chest, and it just smells so wonderful. But this wild orange, if I took an orange tree and planted it here, it wouldn't have the same therapeutic effects as this orange. This orange actually comes from the Dominican Republic, and it has a lot of really great medicinal properties. And so because it's grown with a certain soil and certain temperature and certain moisture level, it has certain compounds that are really beneficial for us. And so we all know that there's lots of different oranges out there. There's juicing oranges and eating oranges, and just like apples, you have your apples and your pie apples. There's certain oranges that produce a higher amount of or better properties for medicinal properties for essential oils. So doTERRA does a great job at sourcing out all of those oils and finding the best place where we can get the best essential oil from the plant. So their top priorities are potency, making sure that they actually work and all those compounds are harvested at just the right time, so that all those compounds are in perfect order and perfect amounts, so that they work for us. And then their other priority is safety. So they are 100% pure. There's no added pesticides, herbicides, any sort of chemicals, any alterations that would alter the oil. There's nothing added, nothing taken away. They are truly in their pure form, which is unheard of in the essential oil world. They're very often, other companies will dilute them and modify them a little bit to make them go farther or last a little longer. So the oils come from all over in the perfect place that they're supposed to come from, and doTERRA does a great job at making sure they stay in their perfect they have all their perfect compounds together. So this is Wild Orange. Wild Orange is one of my favorites. That's our happy, joyful oil. I love to start out a class with this just because it's so refreshing, so clean smelling, and so joyful and uplifting. And so it's oftentimes the one that I have in my my diffuser. It's a great way to just kind of, if you've kind of had a rough day, it's just kind of a way to just kind of relax and enjoy the class. So their oils are very concentrated, very potent. So it only takes, when I talk about using them, you only need 1, 2, maybe 3 drops. They're very, very concentrated. They usually come from the outside of the plant. So for example, like orange comes from the citrus, it's a citrus, but it comes from the peel or the rind of the plant. So it's on the outside, and its job is to protect the plant. They're antibacterial, they're antiviral, they'll protect it from any pathogens that would want to harm it. So they can do those similar aspects for us. And then they also help nourish and support the plant's growth. There's other ones like peppermint leaf. Peppermint oil comes from the leaf of the plant. They're just little oil sacs that sit on the leaf and protect it. So most of the time oils are found on the outside of the plant because that's where they do their job best, is protecting the plant. So there are 3 different ways to use oils. The first way is probably my favorite, and that's topically. That's putting them right on our system. You guys, on our bodies. You guys saw me drop on my hand and rub it in, and I just kind of put it on my skin. I love to just put them on, and they're lipophilic, so when we put them on our skin, they get right into our skin and they get absorbed quickly and easily and get right through our skin layers and right through our fat layers, and they get right in there and get to where they need to go. And they support and service all of our cells within about 30 seconds. So our body knows right what to do with them. They pull them in and get it circulating and getting where they need to go. So they're very powerful when we put them on the skin. It's fairly simple to remember how to use them on the skin. You just put them where you need them. So if your head is bothering you, you can rub them on your head. If you want to put them, if you're having some chest cold or congestion going on, you can put it on your chest or your back. If your knee is bothering you, you can put it on your knee. If you have a stomach ache, put it on your stomach. Wherever you kind of have an issue, you can put it. If it's kind of all over, you're just not feeling good, you can rub it on your back, or the bottoms of your feet are good places. The only rules that for using them topically is they are not eye drops or ear drops. You don't want to put them directly in your eye or directly in your ear. You can rub them around your eyes, and you can rub them around your ears. And sometimes I'll even kind of just wipe it in my ear, but you don't necessarily want to drop it in your ear. So other than that, you can use them topically. There's some of them that you might want to dilute. I like to dilute with doTERRA's fractionated coconut oil, and I just put a few drops of the regular oil in my hand and then a few drops of the coconut oil in my hand, and then it's good, and I can put it maybe on the back if I want to put it on a little bit larger area, or if I'm putting it on one of my little ones and they have more sensitive skin, I can put some coconut oil on. I also love having coconut oil on because oftentimes they're on your hands and then you go to rub your eye and it will hurt your eye. It's not going to harm it. It's not going to damage your eyes or but it will burn. It will sting. And so don't wash it out. The best thing to do is just grab some coconut oil or cooking coconut oil or olive oil or even lotion, anything with an oily consistency, and just rub it over your eye and it'll take the sting out instantly. So that's really the only safety precautions that you have to take with oils is watch your eyes and directly inside your ears. So other than that, I love to put them on. We put them on our kids every night before bedtime. We'll put them on our feet. We love to use them topically. My next favorite way to use them is in a diffuser. So this is my diffuser, and the top comes off, and I fill it with water and a few drops of oil, and I put the lid on and set the buttons, and it goes on, and you get this mist that comes out. And what it does is it breaks up the oil and water into microscopic particles and disperses it into the air, and they're so small that they can get, when we breathe them in, they get into our lungs and into our bloodstream, and so we get a lot of effects when they get into our system like that. Also, when you breathe them in and you smell them, you saw me when I very first took that orange out, I smelled it. When we breathe them in and we smell them, it affects our olfactory nerve and our emotions. It's directly connected to our emotions and our mood center. So when we smell things, it directly affects our brain and how we feel and how we handle situations. It helps our mood and our emotions. It also helps all of our neurotransmitters talk to each other and connect to each other better. And so it's easier for learning and easier for remembering. So I love putting on, I love having the oils diffused in the air during homework time or when we're trying to focus and trying to get work done, or maybe it's a stressful time, it's around dinner time and there's a lot happening. You know, I love to make sure I have oils diffused just to kind of help lighten the mood a little bit. So the other thing that I love diffusing is the oils are antibacterial and antiviral. They kill germs, right? So when we put them in the diffuser, they kill the germs in the air. So they've done studies where they put 16 different germs in the air. They put MRSA, staph, strep, influenzas, flus or viruses and bacteria. And within 12 minutes of diffusing essential oils, they have been be completely eliminated, all the germs. Like 99.9% of all the germs have been eliminated. So it's pretty cool when, that if, what happens when one person gets sick in your house? Usually everybody gets sick in your house. And so it's nice when I can help prevent that and I can run the diffuser and so we can all breathe in cleaner air and hopefully not spread the germs and get sick. So I love to put them on and diffuse. Those are the two ways. There's one more way, and that way is to use them internally. So this way is specific to doTERRA oils because they're so strict on their purity of the oils, and they make sure they work with the growers and work with the harvesting part. They do what's called a co-impact sourcing. So they don't necessarily own the farms, but they partner with them and work with the people and help teach them how to harvest them and how to properly care for the plants. And so they make sure they're not sprayed with anything. And they're taken very good care of, and then they get tested all along the way. And every time they get distilled, and when they get to the plant, and when they get to the bottling, through every step, there's like 6 or 7 different steps that the oils actually get tested for purity. And if they don't make the standard, if they don't make the mark that doTERRA has set, of certified pure therapeutic grade, then they get sent back. They get booted out. So doTERRA tests every single bottle, every single batch. So because their purity is so on point, and there is 100% nothing added or adulterated of the oils, we can take them internally. We eat lemons, we can drink their oil. So, and most of them you can. If you look really close, there's a supplements facts box on here, which is the same box that our food has on it. So they're considered supplements. They have the GRAS standard, the generally regarded as safe, the GRAS standard. So majority of them you can take internally. There are a few that will say do not take internally and follow those directions. But my favorite is this is lemon oil. My favorite is to take the citrus oils and add to my water. So I have my glass of water, and you either want to use glass or stainless steel, and I just add. It's really simple. I just add 1, maybe 2 drops. I'll let 1 more drop come out, and I just mix it up. I have a metal straw. I like to kind of stir them up, and it's really good to put in your water. I love a fresh lemon taste in my water. So I keep all the citruses at my kitchen sink, and so when anyone gets a drink of water, they can kind of mix and match and get whatever flavor they want. So it's really fun. When you take them internally, they support our digestive tract and our urinary tract and our immune system, but they go in and just kind of gently cleanse and just break up all the toxins and petrochemicals and all the things that we have kind of hiding and lurking in our systems. And so they're very good to kind of destroy any pathogens and any toxins that might be in our system. So I love it. Just kind of gives us a gentle cleanse. There's a lot of toxins that we take in daily, just in the air and on the food we eat, and household products. And so there's a lot of things that toxins just get into our system. And so this helps our body kind of keep up on the upload of toxins and helps our body detox. So I love having the citrus oils. I also love to diffuse lemon. It gives it a nice, fresh, clean smell. I also clean with it. I'll put it in a spray bottle with water, maybe a little bit of vinegar, and it's fairly cheap. It's like $10, so a few drops is a pretty inexpensive cleaner. And then I have a spray cleaner it's in a spray bottle, and I wipe down my kitchen counters, bathroom sinks. Everything gets sprayed and washed down with it. So I love using as an all-natural cleanser for my home as well. So I think of lemon as a cleanser. It cleans inside our bodies and outside in our homes. So those are kind of our 3 ways to use the oils, and I'm just going to kind of go through my list here of how we use the top, kind of 10, 12 oils in our home. So this one is lavender, and lavender is one of my kids' favorite. So we just put a drop in our hands at night and rub down our kids' backs or feet and back of the neck. And it's very, very calming. It's very, very soothing. If you've used probably any essential oils, or maybe only used one, you've probably used lavender. It's probably the most common essential oil, and it's most often used for calming effects, helping people get a good night's sleep, things like that. It's also really good for the skin. So any sort of itchy or dryness or redness, any sort of skin issue, it's very calming and soothing to the skin, which is really great. The other thing that I use it for is cats seem to have been bothering me lately, and there's a neighborhood cat that runs around, and my kids love it to cuddle with it, and it's the neighbors, and it sees my kids and it comes running over, and the kids will just play with it in the garage, and they'll be out there with it for hours, and then they come in to me and want to give me a hug, and my eyes start watering and my face gets all red and my nose starts running, and I take a little bit of lavender, I put a drop, and I just rub it around my eyes that are itchy and watery, and then I put a drop underneath my tongue and wash it down with some water. It doesn't taste good, so I don't want to drink a whole big bottle with lavender in it. So I just want one drop, and then I can chase it down with water and kind of get the taste out of my mouth. But it helps balance our immune system and helps our bodies deal with that inflammatory stress and that immune system stress. So it takes away the itchy eyes and that allergy response. It's a natural antihistamine, so it works really well when I use it that way. So lavender is good for sleep, skin, and natural antihistamine. So those are probably the 3 main ways we use lavender in our house. The next one is peppermint, and peppermint is kind of, I think, of the opposite of lavender. When you put a drop on your hand and rub it in, and smell it, it's very, very invigorating and uplifting, and it just kind of wakes you up and perks you up. It kind of gets you, it's much more awakening and opening. It opens up your respiratory system, your lungs. It kind of clears your sinuses. It's also really good for your digestive tract. It has a lot of really good benefits. Peppermint might probably be the second oil you've probably heard of if you're familiar with any oils. And you're going to hear a lot about peppermint. It's in a lot of our blends. It's a very common oil. I love to diffuse it. In fact, peppermint and wild orange are probably my 2 favorite oils to diffuse. I love this combination. You kind of get a joyful, uplifting, and then kind of a wide awake. And so kind of part of my morning routine as we get, kids breakfast and get cleaned up. And as I'm cleaning up my kitchen, I put my diffuser on, and these 2, 9 out of 10 times, this is what I put in my diffuser. I love these 2 together. So it kind of keeps everybody alert and awake and happy, and we can start doing school stuff. And so it works really, really well. One of my next favorite ones is frankincense. So frankincense is pretty much just good for anything. Anything that the essential oils are good for, usually frankincense will do it. So it's good for calming, it's good for soothing, it's good for skin, it's antibacterial, it's antiviral, it's good for our stress levels, it's good for our immune system, it's really good for our brain and our neurological system. So it's able to pass through our blood-brain barrier and help support our brain and neurological system, our connections, our neurotransmitters. It really helps support anything that has to do with our brain, including memory, just helping process and think things through better. It's excellent for. So I just put a drop, and I love to rub it on the back of my neck. I feel like it just like infuses and goes right up to my brain. So I love to put it on the back of my neck. I love to smell it. It smells so good. It kind of took me a little while to get used to because it's a different smell. It's not like lemon or lavender or something that I'd smelled before, but it's a very good smell. And it's, like I said, if an essential oil can do it, this one probably can. It's amazing. I have a book that kind of lists every oil and all the things that each oil is good for, and frankincense is like 3 pages. So it has a long list of things that it can do. It's one of my favorites. And just to kind of give you an idea, most oils are between like $10 and $40. You know, like the lavender is about 10, lavender's maybe 28, peppermint's maybe 21, something like that. Frankincense is like a $70 oil wholesale at my price. So it's a little bit more pricier oil, and it's worth its weight. It is extremely potent and powerful. So it's a favorite. Okay, so Melaleuca is another one. This one is one probably that we don't use every day, but it's good to have on hand when I do need it. So it's very gentle, and I can put it anywhere on our skin, but it's the most strongest antibacterial, or one of the strongest antibacterial, antiviral, and antifungal. It's very, very potent and strong. So when my kids have their ear is bothering them and they have an earache, I can take a few drops and rub it right around their ears. I can put it on their throats. I can put it on their chest, anything that's bothering them, any sort of skin or first aid. Maybe they got like a cut or a scrape. I can put it right on. My daughter had an ingrown toenail a few years ago, and we just kept dropping this on the toenail, and it cleared up. The infection went away. So it's really, really good to have on hand for those first aid things, or for those things that come in, that we just, come about. So, and it's like $19, $20. So it's a lot more reasonable for me to go grab a few drops and put this on, a few drops a few times a day for a few days and help my daughter's earache, versus going to the doctor, paying for the doctor's fee, paying for the copay. All of that for just one visit is going to cost me a lot more than $19. And this is going to last for hundreds of different uses. There's 250 drops in this bottle, and so that's 250 times I can use it. So it's very, very powerful. And I'm not against the medical field. I'm not against going to the doctor. I'm a nurse. That's my background. Of course, if my child if their ear didn't start getting better, if I thought it was more serious, I would take them to the doctor. But I'm thankful that we haven't had to, and every single time after using this for, just even one time, the pain usually goes away. But I continue to do it for a few more days just to make sure it's all gone. So it's always been very, very helpful. The next one is oregano. So oregano is a little bit different. It's very strong and potent, like Melaleuca. It's one of the most strongest antibacterial and antiviral. It will kill just about any infectious pathogen. However, it's what we call a hot oil. So it's a little bit strong, and it's not one that I just want to rub all over my back and my ears. It has some heat to it, and it'll kind of be a little kind of warm on your skin. And so this one is only recommended to use diluted. So make sure you dilute it with some coconut oil, or put it on the bottoms of your feet, or in a veggie capsule. So instead of just putting this one in my water or putting this underneath my tongue, it's really too hot for that. I buy, doTERRA has empty veggie caps, and just like you would take like a vitamin, they're just empty. They don't have any powder in them. And so you pull them apart, fill it, put a few drops of oil in it, close it back up, and then swallow it like a pill. And it works really great because you can't taste it. And this doesn't really taste the best. It's pretty concentrated oregano. So it's kind of hot and spicy, and so I'd rather just take a pill and not have to taste it. So it makes it really easy. It'll fight off anything. If we're kind of feeling under the weather and not, feel like we maybe come down with something, I'll actually put lemon, Melaleuca, and oregano in a capsule together and take that a couple times a day for a few days. And it usually wipes out anything that we have going on. When you go to the doctor and they give you antibiotics, antibiotics kill bacteria very easily. Antibiotics live on the outside of our cell. If this is our cell, bacteria kind of hangs out on the outside. And so antibiotics can quickly come in and swipe it away and get rid of the bacteria. Same with essential oils. They can come in and get rid of the bacteria very easily. But what happens when you go to the doctor and you have a virus, like a cold or a flu, they will often tell you there's nothing we can do, just go home, rest, let it run its course. Well, that's because if you have your cell, the virus lives inside the cell and it replicates in there and gets bigger and bigger and takes over more cells and more cells. And so the medication can't usually penetrate through our cell walls and get to it. Well, essential oils can. They can get right in there and wipe it out and stop it from replicating and stop it from getting bigger. So it's really nice that, an average virus maybe lasts 10 to 14 days if you have a cold. It's really nice that I can use my oils and we're usually better within just a few days. 3 days, we're feeling a whole lot better. So I love that we have something. We don't just have to go home and let it rest we can be a little more proactive and do something about it. Okay, so doTERRA has their single oils. They come from one plant, your lemon, lavender, peppermint. What doTERRA has done is they have created blends. So they blended all the best oils for certain systems of our body, and they put it in one bottle, and then they label it so we know exactly how to use it. So this one is Breathe. This is our respiratory blend. So it has all the best oils in it to support our respiratory system. So there's peppermint in there. I told you you'd hear more about peppermint. There's lemon, melaleuca, and eucalyptus. Lots of really great oils that are known to support our respiratory system. So it's really easy when we have a cold or congestion. Put a few drops, rub it on our chest, right, kind of where our lungs would be, and also on our back. And I also love to put this one in the diffuser. It's really good for our system to breathe it in, and it usually clears up any sort of congestion or whatever we have going on pretty quick. I also will put it sometimes on our sinuses. It does have peppermint in there, so really watch that you don't get it too close to your eyes. My next favorite is DigestZen. So DigestZen is the similar idea as the Breathe. So it has all the best oils for our digestive tract. Digest right there. And then Zen means balance. So it brings balance to our digestive system. And it has ginger and peppermint and fennel and caraway and coriander and anise. Lots of really good things that are herbs and oils that are known to support our digestive system. So it kind of has a black licorice smell. I really like it. So anything, it just brings balance to our system. So whether it's diarrhea or constipation, whatever end scale it's on, it just kind of helps bring balance to our system. We use it if we just feel full, maybe we ate too much, maybe we have gas, maybe we just kind of just feel bloated, maybe we, just any sort of stomach ache, any sort of stomach issue. I've used it for food poisoning. Anytime my kids come up and say, my belly hurts, we'll put oils on. So this is a favorite. It literally takes away stomach ache within a minute. Like, you don't believe me until you try it, but it's awesome. You can also put it in a little sip of water and drink it down if you want. I probably wouldn't do it in a big thing just because it doesn't taste that great that I want to sip it all day long. But it's good to get it down, and it really is good for your digestive tract. The next one is On Guard. So On Guard is our protective blend. It's really good for our immune system. So this has all the best oils to support our immune system. So it has very high potent antibacterial and antiviral oils. So it has orange in it, cloves, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and rosemary. Really top oils to support our immune system. So we put this on almost every single night. This is kind of part of our bedtime routine with our kids. We put it on our backs, on our feet. That comes in soft gel, so sometimes we'll just take a soft gel, but we make sure we get this every day on us just to protect us from getting anything, and we are very rarely ever sick. So this is a great oil, and if we do by chance get sick, then we can put it in some warm water, we can gargle it. It's really good to soothe a sore throat. Lots of really great uses for it. And this oil was the one that was put in the diffuser that killed all the germs within 12 minutes. So if you remember the study at the beginning, 16 different germs in the air within 12 minutes after running the diffuser, the germs were 99.9% eliminated. It was On Guard that did it, so it's pretty cool. Deep Blue is one for pain, really good for any muscle support, joint support, any trauma, any chronic pain, really good to just rub on. This is one that you don't use internally. It has a different safety lid on it, and it says on it, don't use internally, so follow the instructions on the bottle, but you just put it where it hurts. So if it's your knee, if it's your back, if it's your shoulders, whatever is going on, this one, hands, If you get sore, achy hands or joints, really great oil for that. Aroma Touch, I love. This one is not probably one of the 10 basic ones, but it's my favorite. It's really good for muscle and circulation. This is when I feel like I need a massage. This is the oil I go to. So I love it for these muscles right here that just get really kind of stressed and tight. This just kind of loosens them all up. Achy legs at the end of the day, this is really good for anything that just needs like muscles and circulation. So really good oil. This next one is Past Tense. So you kind of have 3 different possible pain options here: Deep Blue, Aroma Touch, and Past Tense. Past Tense is more for tension or tightening pain. So it's really good for head tension. It comes in a little bit different bottle with a roll-on, and so you can just roll it on. So I use it for head tension. I use it for my shoulder and neck area. I use it for menstrual cramps, anything like that that's just kind of tense and tight. The last oil that I'm going to tell you about is Slim and Sassy. So Slim and Sassy is our metabolic blend. It supports and balances our metabolism. When we get stressed, our cortisol levels rise up, and it throws off our blood sugar, and it tells our body to gain weight. And so this helps kind of de-stress us and helps balance our cortisol levels, our blood sugar levels, our stress, our digestive system. It helps kind of balance all of our metabolic system, and so our body can come out of that stressful state and relax and release any excess weight if we need to. So it's recommended to take this internally in your water. It has peppermint in there, ginger, cinnamon, lemon, grapefruit, really good oils, those citrus oils, those cleansing oils, and then help just kind of balance and support our whole digestive and metabolic system. So really great oil. Those are kind of the top 10 of my favorite oils. Just real quick, I'm going to tell you, if you want any of them, you can purchase any of them from me. But you can get your own wholesale account, which is what I highly encourage, and you can get a 25% discount. You can get all of the oils that I just went over, or most of them, 10 of them, for $150. They come in a family physician pack, and you can get 10 of them for $150. They come in this 5 ml bottle, so it's a little bit smaller than the bigger bottle, but they have 90 drops in there. You get the frankincense, which is awesome because that was that really expensive oil. So it's a really great deal. The next, the other kit is the Home Essentials kit, and it has the bigger bottles, the same oils, but you get the full-size bottles, and you get a diffuser, which is an awesome tool to use your oils with. So, and that's for $275. So it's a great way to get started. It works. There's no minimums, no requirements. It works the same. Your wholesale membership is similar to like a Costco account. You get pay your membership fee, and then you can purchase, and you get a discount, and you can get as much or as little as you want. There's no requirements or minimums. So I definitely highly recommend the wholesale account. There's a lot of freebies and a lot of points that you can earn for free oils through that program. But like I said, I'm happy to help you, and you can purchase any of the oils if you'd like. The promotion that is going on for March is if you place a $200 order or 200 points, then you get a free Deep Blue oil. So it was the Deep Blue one is for pain. It actually comes in a roll-on like this. So you get in a roll-on bottle, and you get a tube of Deep Blue. I should have had one here, but it's a cream. I'll show you that picture. So it's a tube of Deep Blue in a cream base. So it works really good as a lotion. So anyway, please contact me and reach out if you have any questions. I would love to help you get started. Thank you.